Spamalot, Knights of the Round Table, and Show People from Curtains. I'm Laura Bedore, and tonight as my guest I have Deanna Peden, who is a vocal teacher. Now lately of Salt Lake City, but before you were from Houston.
That's right.
So you're getting used to Utah?
Very much so. It's beautiful here. Big change, but it's beautiful.
I would think. Well, one of the reasons I wanted to have you on the show, Deanna, is everyone's thinking about being back to school, and as a vocal teacher, that's something I find fascinating, and it's been a while since I've been able to take singing lessons, but I look at that as such a critical thing. But I know there's a lot to know about what a good vocal teacher is, what people should look for. So
right.
I thought I would just kind of start off by just saying, what should you look for in a vocal teacher?
Well, my opinion is someone who not only has studied music in college, but has also performed. I think a teacher who has performed is really incredibly important.
I guess it's kind of like you have to do it to know it and teach it.
Exactly.
It's one thing to have the theory, but there's a fire that comes with performance that you have to also be able to teach.
Precisely. And I find that sometimes that's what's lacking. A lot of people, my voice teacher way back from undergrad school, said anyone can hang a shingle and teach voice. And I was like, what the heck do they mean by that? But anyone can. But it's your background, your credentials. That's what I think people need to look for. Where has a person studied? Where has a person taught? How much has a teacher performed?
Right.
Because it just gives them a broader, more well-rounded aspect of what performing is all about, no matter what kind of music.
That's so true. And we're in Utah. I think Simon Cowell said that people pop out of the womb dancing and singing here. I think that may be true because we love the performing arts here in Utah.
Absolutely.
But I know that there's a lot of things that people don't realize about the technique of singing. Is there something that you would say as far as when you should start, as far as an age, or if you've never had classes, is it too late?
That's a really good question. Way back when, and there still is, a lot of teachers are like, well, you really should only start at a certain age. I think I take everyone as an individual. If you've got a 7, 8, 9-year-old that is really wanting to perform and doing like shows or even little scene programs, I think it's really important that they have guidance. So whereas they may be too young to really learn real heavy-duty technique, if they're out there performing, you don't want to like ruin their voices by having them push and try to sing Annie or try to emulate the Annie that they're doing the show with.
Especially
I use that as an example.
If they don't know that you can harm your voice by improper technique or just by trying too
hard. By pushing. Yes, exactly. And they can use a lot of their personality and the voice that they have as a young person rather than trying to sound older. So to answer your question, all ages, anytime. I have had so many adult students that really had a passion for singing, and for one reason or another, well, obviously people get married, people have families, but they really love to sing and they really want to improve, and they do, and it gives them a lot of, I don't know, kind of like self-gratification.
That is so true. Well, let's take a quick break, Deanna, and we'll listen to some songs since we're talking about singing, and then we'll come back and chat with you a little bit more about how to take lessons. Well, I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to put on a song here, and then we'll come back and we'll chat more with Deanna about what you should do if you want to take class. Showtunes Tongiht, Chicago. All I care about is love. I'm chatting with Deanna Peden, who's a vocal teacher. Let's say someone wants to be a better singer. First of all, maybe they take vocal lessons.
Sure.
What can someone do, though, that maybe isn't taking vocal classes that can strengthen your voice in a good way?
I think doing, you can go on the internet these days and find exercises, but I find in a way that's not necessarily a good thing because you're doing things without having any feedback.
Right.
I guess I'm not
perpetuated.
Right. And of course, being a voice teacher and an acting coach, I really am an advocate of studying. But if you want to, you can't afford it, or for some reason you can't fit in the time. I think just like really trying to warm up before you sing, even if you're singing for fun. And warming up means just humming along with something before you kind of open up and start singing full voice with words.
Nobody, says go and start dancing. You don't start like a chorus line. You don't just jump into those difficult dance moves without stretching out. People forget that our voices are still muscles.
They are muscles. Our vocal cords are the smallest muscle in our body.
I did not know that.
It's true.
Wow. So you should be even more careful with that tiny little muscle.
Absolutely. And staying hydrated. I'm just bringing this up. out of the blue is very important. People think, okay, I've got to sing. I'm going to guzzle a bottle of water. Your whole body has to be hydrated in order for your voice to be hydrated. So if you are a singer, performer, you need to drink lots of fluids.
That brings up another question. People always say, oh, if I've got a bit of a cold, or I am a singer, and what do I do now? I've got to go on stage, and I've got a little bit of a hay fever thing, my throat's scratchy and dry, or I have a cough. What are some things that you've done that helped you?
Drink lots of water, honey with lemon, basically eat well, rest, everything you can to stay healthy, basically, or not to stay healthy, but to get healthy,
right?
And to be as healthy as you can under any circumstances.
Excellent advice. So if someone would like to take vocal lessons, how would they contact you? What's the best way for them to find you?
They can call me at 801-557-6693. That's my vocal studio. Or they can email me at speechless, of all names, speechless.Deanna, that's Deanna @yahoo.com.
Excellent. Well, if it's all right with you, Deanna, we'll put that link on our Facebook page.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
And that way, if people want to find you, they can do so easily if they didn't happen to have pen and paper handy as they're driving down the road listening to Showtunes.
That's right, exactly. That's wonderful. Thank you.
If you haven't been to our Facebook page, it's just Showtunes Tongiht. And again, if you have a chance to get on there and like the page, the more people that are on there, the more tickets I get, the more it benefits the show. And also you get cool information like finding out how to get hold of Deanna. And if you have questions about maybe you've taken lessons before and you'd like to start taking again, or just, is it all right if people just email you with questions?
Absolutely.
Like
anyone can call me or email me. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Well, I was going to ask you just in closing, since we have the request hour coming up in about an hour from now, is there a favorite song or musical that we could play for you?
Why not something that Julie Andrews sang, My Fair Lady?
Absolutely. That sounds perfect. I'm looking forward to getting back into my singing lessons, too.
Well, then I hope you'll call me.
Absolutely.
Bed, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down.